I want to thank you all for being here, making time for me.
Well, I don't understand why this has to be a public performance. Well, I do, but...
Why, what has to be?
Brooke, this really just concerns you and me, right?
Well, the two of you are having problems?
I especially don't think it's proper for Thomas to be here in this meeting.
Will you please just let her talk?
Logan, go ahead and say what you have to say.
Brooke and I did not have sex on that island.
You said you blacked out.
Look, I'm sure.
Do you want to have control of this company someday?
Are you serious about that?
Absolutely. I told you I will change my will. You'll get my 25% of the stock. With what your father gave you, you'll have 30%. Now, all you have to do is tell what happened on the island.
You're asking me to lie.
I'm asking you to correct a mistake that was made regarding your family.
Don't... Gosh, don't you see? I don't want it like this.
Don't you! You listen to me, and don't you go all soft on me. You did what had to be done. Do you understand me? You did what had to be done.
Brooke, I still think it's wrong for Thomas to be here.
Why are you fighting this so much? If Brooke has something to say, why shouldn't Thomas be here to hear it?
Look, I don't want to stand around and listen to all of this. I especially don't want to stand around while you beg Ridge for mercy.
Don't go. You're the one I need to see most of all.
Okay, I'm ready.
Well, let's see it.
Okay. It's not quite the color that I'd had in mind.
Come on, I mean, isn't it a little bit too, like, big?
Oh, you think everything should be skin tight.
What's wrong with that?
What? Because it wouldn't work for every woman in the world, that's why.
But are we selling dresses to every woman in the world? I just think that it would be great if it were, I don't know, about 5 sizes too small.
And you think everything is great.
On you, yes.
So, do we have a collection?
Yes,
no,
we do.
don't.
Wow, mark that one down in the books as the first time that Jackie and Owen don't function as an echo for each other.
We are going to have a collection once the pattern makers are done with the sketches.
Darling, there's so much more to it than that.
Yes, it's designed by you, it's modeled by you. Jackie M. for the mature woman.
Ooh.
Mature. I meant to say mature.
Don't call my wife
I'm sorry.
mature.
Mature? My mother? There's nothing mature about my mother.
Well, shut my mouth.
What did Stephanie want?
I guess we're behind on the latest gossip around here, unless, of course, one of you knew that Ridge and Brooke broke up.
We really don't have anything to say to each other.
There are things that we don't need to repeat, I agree. But I do need to tell all of you something.
Excuse me. A very cute little guy just arrived with this for you.
Thank you.
He said you were expecting it.
Great.
I'd say it's your letter of resignation, but I'd give even odds on explicit photos.
Pam.
What? Nobody is deaf or blind. Everybody knows there's something going on around here. All right, go back to your desk, Pammy. That's all that you're good for.
I didn't really think you would need a letter of resignation. Sure, none of you expected me to be back here.
Is somebody being served with legal papers?
What, legal papers? What is this, Brooke? What's going on?
Eric, I invited you here because you've never not been on my side. When everybody else deserted me, you were there for me, and I will always be thankful of that. But I think it's fair to say that you were wrong. Because all of those things that I did, those foul things that I was accused of, I think they're partly true. And I only deceived you because I was deceiving myself. I'm sorry. I need to change my life. And I've asked all of you here because I want to explain to you how I'm going to do that.
I thought I'd given up hope.
For you and Taylor?
No, it wasn't until this moment that I didn't realize that I had still been hoping. Well, you know what? I got one thing to say. You better not invite me to the wedding.
Nikki, why did Stephanie choose to confide that tidbit of news to you specifically?
Us people with spots on our lungs stick together.
Oh, stop. Did you think it would be of particular interest?
If you know enough to ask the question, then you already know the answer, Mother.
Well,
Sorry, Fuzzy, you lost me.
Brooke?
Brooke and you?
on some level, it is true, isn't it? You never really got over Brooke, no matter how hard you tried with other women.
That's one way to rewrite history, Mother.
Oh, you loved her. You understood her more than anyone to come into her life after Rich. Her words, not mine.
You and Brooke. Well, damn. Seems that everybody's changing partners.
They're being kept in the dark here. I don't like this. Thomas. Why is your mother here? What does she have to do with this?
She's his mother. What other reason does she need?
I was asked to be here, same as you.
I'm talking to Thomas. Experience tells me not to trust what the two of you have to say about Brooke. You know something, Thomas. I want to know what it is.
Dad, you really need to trust me on this. You're gonna back off.
Back off what? She's talking about retiring, changing her life. She's given as much to this company as anybody else. I think I'm the one who's in the position to...
Stop it. I did what they said I would do. Please, don't defend me. I can't take it anymore.
What who said you would do?
I think she means me.
And what is it that she's done that you said she would do?
Your grandson.
It's not what you think. I'm not making excuses when I say I wasn't myself. I ate these berries on the island that were hallucinogenic. Dr. Lewis knows what they were. And Thomas told me not to. He said they'd be poisonous. It would be better if they were.
You and Thomas.
No, I have no recollection of it.
Then how do you know what happened?
Thomas remembers. I know. Sexual predator. I've had those words flung at me so many times through the years, I think I stopped hearing them. You were right all along, Taylor. And you too, Stephanie. You always taught me the way to heal myself is by healing others. I'm going to keep the house, of course, and the children's trust funds. And there'll be a penalty, but the 401k will pay for our living expenses. The rest I'm putting into a private foundation.
Logan, wait a minute. What's this?
Wait a minute, you've got 3 children here.
You just can't stop grandstanding, can you, Brooke?
I'm not grandstanding. It's a way to get my self-respect back. And there's no better way than helping others who are struggling with their lives. That's what I'm going to do. That gives me purpose.
What is this private foundation?
Wait a minute, if you do something like this, you can't even access your own money.
No, I know. It doesn't matter, Stephanie. That's not the point. But my lawyer made it all very simple, and he just asked me what did I want to name the foundation, and I told him I wanted to name it after someone who most inspired me.
The Stephanie Forrester Foundation.
I want to do something that matters. I want to do something like you've done. I never felt more useful than the time when I was on the streets with you, working at the mission, at the shelter. I want to work with you again, Stephanie.
No, it's not possible.
Why?
Because it's just not. Besides, you don't have any commitment to this sort of work.
Well, you didn't either a year ago.
I won't have you piggybacking in on what I've accomplished, okay? I'm not going to be party to some public spectacle of your penance. And I'm not going to be involved while you try and soften Ridge up. I just don't want to be part of any of that.
No. I know it may seem that way, but I think I approached this wrong.
You shouldn't have approached me at all.
You don't think I have a contribution to make?
Write a check. That's what most people do.
You told me that wasn't enough.
Okay, I know that I'm flawed, but maybe I have a little more patience, a little more sympathy for people who are struggling in their lives.
I'm sure somewhere there's a home for wayward girls crying out for someone just like you. I am not.
Maybe you should go down to Daisy's. Take a vote. Ask your clients and employees whether they think that Brooke's millions would do them any good or not.
I think I went about this the
No,
wrong way.
Brooke. Grandma, you should be ashamed of yourself. Why aren't you? Well, I'm ashamed enough for the both of us. I'm done.
Thomas. Thomas.
Can I have a moment alone with Stephanie?
I don't want any private moments.
Give her a moment, Stephanie. You wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for Brooke.
I'm sorry, I really messed this up.
Emotions are really running high around here. Nobody really knows what to say. You didn't do anything wrong.
Except break his heart over and over and over again. Well, at least that's all come to an end now.
So is that why you couldn't make it work with my cousin or with Bridget or with anyone because of Brooke?
Well, nautically speaking, Whip, Brooke and I have always been like ships passing in the night.
Who's rewriting history now?
Yes, Mother. She's always going to be in my life. It's true before Jack was even born. I don't know. Mother, you know. Would you call us friends or... I don't know. You've never been able to give a title to this relationship we've had or haven't had. Anyway, seems like the harder we tried to make things work, the more they didn't, so we stopped trying. Things seem to work out fine now. So I guess the lesson here, when it comes to me and Brooke, is just when you think something should be a certain way, it's not. So, have no expectations and let life take its course. Cheese.
I'm sorry for the pain that it caused to Ridge and you, everybody. I'm truly trying to make up for it.
I think that's what you think you're doing. But you know, honey, the truth is, whatever evil people do or whatever good people do, they can't be undone. And people don't change. They don't change. You and I are proof of that.
What about the people that work at Daisy's? The people that you work with every single day. Look at them. Look at how they've changed their lives day by day.
Yes, and at that place there are some success stories, but most of it is failure and a lot of heartbreak. Some of those people never get off the streets because of the drugs and the alcohol.
This does not sound like the Stephanie that I know. You've devoted your life to this, and you're saying that it doesn't matter, that you don't make a difference?
All I'm saying is it's too late. We've made our choices, Brooke. We've gotten what we wanted. And now we have to live with the consequences of that.
Taylor, where's Thomas?
Oh, I thought he would be coming back to his office.
I take it Thomas went home?
I don't know. If he did, can you blame him, Ridge? I mean, why did Brooke even invite him to come to that meeting? You saw how it affected him. He ran out of the room.
People do the best they can, Taylor. Life isn't always appropriate. It doesn't always stay between the lines.
This really happened? Your wife and your son?
Thomas said it did.
If Thomas said it did, it did.
Taylor, come on. I just give him credit for telling me.
Absolutely. Makes it a lot more difficult when they hide it. More hurtful if you're the last person to know. Well, it appears that you and I have something in common that I never would have wished on you.
I won't keep you much longer. I'm only asking if you'll accept the position of president of this foundation.
There isn't going to be any foundation.
It already exists.
Well, undo it.
I'm not sure I can.
I don't want my name on it.
It's already been named.
I do not want to be associated with it. And if you won't fix it, I'll get my attorneys to do
It's
it.
a charitable foundation. It's not like your name is going to be defamed.
You need my consent, don't you? I mean, isn't my consent required?
So you don't consent to me putting in millions of dollars into a drug rehab center? Okay. I shouldn't have expected you to just fall in line like that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to sign anything. You don't have to lift a finger. I've learned a lot from you, Stephanie, through the years. I've seen how you work. You're very courageous. You get things done. You don't take no for an answer. So I can do this. I can carry this forward in your name.
No. No.
No. I know that you came to me a couple of weeks ago and wanted to be friends again, and I turned you away. And I'm sorry for that. I will add that to the long list of things that I need to atone for. But please, if you can just find it in your heart to have that good feeling about me once again. I'm not asking for your forgiveness. And we don't even have to be friends if you don't want. I just want to use your name. It's the only thing that I can hang on to. It's the only thing that I trust. Please, Stephanie, just give me this one last thing.